Hi guys, welcome back to Butterfly Box 78. We're going to start off, I had already done Pisces, so we're going to go ahead and start off into this reading. Just want you to let you know, no, I do have shorts on. Y'all can see my knees, sorry about that. But anyway, the reading may or may not resonate. If it does, great. If it doesn't, I apologize. Also, these readings are for adults. Generally 18 and older. Not really sure why a kid wouldn't want to watch them anyway, because most of you guys aren't in relationships. This is a general read, so if it comes out as love, I will read it that way. If it comes out as something else, I will read it that way. But let's go ahead and get into it. This reading is for Taurus. We're just going to go in the order because I started out with Pisces because we're in Pisces season right now. And we'll just go on down the list. Hopefully I can get a bunch of these recordings knocked out. And I will try not to be too long today. So let's go ahead and get started. Hold on just a second and let me put the... Well, I don't know why. Okay, it won't let me do it, so give me just a second. Actually, before I even get started, let's go ahead and set the intentions. I use Florida water in order to set my intentions, so give me just a minute so I can set the intentions and meditate. Okay, so I do feel the energy in my chest going up. I also feel a little bit of pain or maybe some heaviness in the shoulders. So my feeling is that I don't know if there's something Taurus that is weighing heavy on your shoulders, but let's go ahead and get into it. Could be about love, or it just could be about family in general. So let's go ahead and get started. We're actually going to do this reading this way. It's not a past, present, or future reading. It's just a little bit different in how I'm doing the spread. I think this is kind of cool. We have the Princess of Cups in reverse. We have Nine of Cups in the upright. And we have Justice in the upright. Now I'm going to read. I'm going to clarify any reversal. If I need to clarify any of this so I can understand the story, then I will, but give me just a second because I can tell that certain things that you can't see the whole entire view. So we're going to scoot everything over, and then we'll get also the what do you call it, the overall energy also. So with the Princess of Cups in reverse, I would I kind of say that this is an energy of like kind of being closed off, not opening yourself up. Possibly there may have been an offer, but it's not coming in the right way. I think, or it could be looked at as, oh goodness, you need to be like more receptive, more open to love. Because that's very interesting, because you have the Nine of Cups in the middle, which actually refers to wish fulfillment. But you also have Justice. So there could be a situation where you may have been judged unfairly, or you may be tied up in the courts, or just that something will be judged in your favor. And that may be something that you were wishing for. The overall energy, wow, is the 10 of coins underneath, which is like the ultimate happiness. 10 being the number of completion. And with the coins, this is like happy life, happy wife, happy husband, happy children. This is that all around. This is what everybody is striving for, the ultimate happiness, which is really interesting. So it's like there's an energy that's there for you, but you know, and I believe that you are wishing for that. Let's see what the energy underneath this is. Yeah, the Prince of Cups. So whatever it is, maybe Taurus, that you're offering, you're not bringing it in correctly. Like, it's an energy that isn't being and this could be your partner too, but they're not manifesting this correctly. So if you are involved with someone, or in the middle of being involved with somebody, you need to be really careful, because it's just, it's like the fantasy of what you're wishing for, but this may be the wrong person that you're actually dealing with. Wow. And then with Justice, something going in your favor, it has the 10 of Cups in reverse. So this definitely has to do with the relationship. And to me, this is actually the reality of what it is that we're seeing. So almost like there's a lot of illusion, almost, or even trying to convince somebody that you are loved. The problem is that you have very little to offer. And while we got Judgment again, but it was in the reverse, it fell out. But we're going to put this back in, and we're going to see where we're going to go with this. Let's go ahead and clarify the Princess of Cups. Now that I'm kind of understanding this situation, you know, Taurus, it would be to your benefit. I don't feel like Taurus is necessarily closed off to love. I feel like Taurus is too realistic, maybe, about love, and that it takes the excitement or the love out of love. I think that Taurus, you have a tendency not to want to be like, almost like you're closed off. And that's how I feel about this princess. It's like you're closed off. Like, you've got the princess and the what is it? The prince. Hush, Luke. Close the door. Sorry about that. But I just feel like that whatever it is, it's just, I don't know, the energy, it's like it's not coming out right. So let's go ahead and figure out what this is. The Lovers. So, and this is very interesting. So what this energy to me is telling us is that, like, this connection between you and this person, in order for the energy to be in the upright, which is the number of completion, the 10, which was under here, in order for that to be in the upright, the two of you will have to set your intentions spiritually, not just with each other, but with God. I can tell that that's really what this reading is about. This is a love reading for you, Taurus. And I don't feel like I really have to go in and clarify, because it's actually quite clear that in order for any of your reversals or any of you're wishing for this, you're wishing for greatness, but the two of you have not set your intentions correctly spiritually, and that's what's making it so hard. That's why the way the person that actually wants to be with you, it's like, how do I explain this? It's like almost like you guys are together and they want to view you as love, but you're being very stubborn. It's hard for them to view you in that way because you're not manifesting it together or in the right way. And also the same thing with your partner, where is they're trying to offer love to you. You don't see them as love because spiritually you all haven't set your intentions with God. Like sometimes connections, like sometimes the reason that we're in relationships are not necessarily to get with each other and make it happen and walk down the aisle, but some of these relationships are about lessons. And I do believe that you can make it with the person, but it just has to be in the right spirit form. And I don't feel like either of you guys are doing it. It's like the potential is there, but it's almost like the laziness and the stubbornness, and then like not being able to accept it because it's not the way that you want it to come in. But if you haven't communicated about if you haven't communicated to your partner like what a relationship looks like or what you think that it should feel like, then how are they ever going to know what it is that you're wanting? And vice versa with them. How is it that they would know that what you wanted if you're closing yourself off to it? I mean, it's almost like, I don't even know, it's almost like if neither one of you all are going to, if both of you all are going to be too stupid to do it, like if y'all are not stupid, but it doesn't make sense to try to do something that neither one of you all are going to do. And I just think, Taurus, that sometimes you get in your way and it doesn't make any sense because you're such a beautiful soul. Wow. And you know, the overall energy is the Nine of Swords, and that has to do with pain and devastation. Yeah, I mean, with all these reversals, wow. It's all about communication. This is all about getting to the root of who you are and who they are. And if this relationship could even work. Because the thing about it is that actually, you know, this goes back to morals, principles, spirituality, what you believe in. You know, if you guys don't even know that about each other, how could you even be open to love? And see, there's the Ten of Cups in the upright. It's like you guys, y'all are not listening. Y'all have to go back to the root of yourselves, because if not, you will continue this situation. The two of you will continue to hurt each other, and it builds a lot of resentment. I don't think I need to go in and clarify everything because it's really, really clear what this is about. Okay? We will do the sexual tarot only because it turned out to be a love reading. Let's see if it switched gears or not. Like, because sometimes with these general readings, you know, I may only be speaking to a few, but it's kind of like a lot of times the readings, the singles get left out of the readings, and then I have to go back in and do readings for singles. So let's just figure out what the sexual tarot is saying for Taurus. Give me just a second. One more time. Boom, there it is. All right. The World card. Wow, and underneath we have the Devil in reverse. So this kind of says a lot. This means that whether you are in a relationship or you're not in a relationship, whether this first part of this general reading speaks to you or not, generally I don't read these cards in reverse, but I am actually going to read this in reverse. I think in plus this actually, just out of all the cards, this one was flipped over. So this does mean that I need to read it. Upright, I would say that the Devil or Capricorn, this also represents Capricorn, but the Devil means that there is something sexually binding or keeping the two of you together. And with the World, I would definitely say that this is a karmic energy. But I'm going to actually read this in the reverse since it came out like that. So I believe that maybe in the past, this situation could have been sexually binding, but I also believe that with the Devil in reverse and with the World card, that this is saying that even though that this is a karmic energy, this is also not a situation that you are binded to. So it's not as hard to walk away. So for the singles, I can look at this as you may be overall, if this is singles, you know, if I'm reading for singles, I would say that, you know, you can't attract love unless if you're willing to give it. So even though this is something, singles Taurus, that you may be wishing for in your mind, you have to be open to giving it. And I just feel like right now, you're not open to giving it. Now, with the Justice in the upright, what this is saying is that, you know, and with the way that she's facing, see, they're facing each other. And it's like she's telling the princess in reverse, like, hey, you know, if you want this to work in your favor, you will have to learn how to be in the upright. And a lot of times, in order for us to be open to love, especially because you guys are earthy souls, you have to go to spirit and ask, like, hey, you know, I'm struggling. Maybe I haven't healed from past situations. You know, could you open me up to love and help me heal at the same time? Because that is what a lot of people do. It happens. It can happen like that. But if you're single for a reason. So maybe this is you know, your time to reflect on self and actually learn to heal. It's interesting because no matter whether you're in a relationship, how I read it before, or you're not in a relationship, things will be moving forward. Things will be going in your favor. This actually is a karmic energy. So there was something, whether you're single or not, that you have to learn. And it's really about God and spirit. It really has more to do with not being in a relationship, but more with finding a deeper level of spirituality. And sometimes I know that that can be hard for you, Taurus, because you are an earth sign. And so you're kind of more led by things that you can visualize and see, as opposed to being guided by something that you can't. And sometimes that can make you stubborn because you are that kind of person that has to see it in order to believe it. So I would highly suggest, whatever it is, wherever your spirituality lies, just try a little bit harder, because, when it comes to the mystic, the divine, God, spirit, he is a very, it is a real thing. So however you come to it, it's there. And the beautiful thing is that you can approach it from any type of way that you want. That's the freedom. That's the freedom that you have, is that you can look at it however you want. And we're living in a time where it doesn't matter how you approach the situation, because, we're coming up out of the ages where we're judging people by their religion. And the last card is the Queen of Pentacles, which the Pentacles are your sign. So this is, they whoever this is, they view you as love. You might have really nice feet, Taurus, or the person that you may have a foot fetish yourself, Taurus, or Taurus, they really like your feet. Whoever this is, they are very into you. And singles Tauruses, whoever is coming in, this is actually how they're going to view you. They will view you in this kind of divine, feminine energy. So even if you're a man and you're listening to this, it doesn't mean that your mate is viewing you as a female, but maybe be attracted to you because men, you might be a big old teddy bear. Taurus men might be a big old teddy bear, and who does not love teddy bears? Everybody freaking loves teddy bears. And the overall energy, I was just getting ready to shuffle, but I stopped myself. The overall energy underneath is the sun. So with the world, the sun, and the devil in reverse, with the minor arcana of the Queen of Pentacles, this actually is a very beautiful reading. So what it's telling you is that it's showing you that this can be what you want it to be if you choose for it to be that. However, you're going to have to continue to keep your devil in reverse. Don't succumb to those binding things. So whoever you're dealing with, you may have like great sex with them, like almost like as if like you argue with them, but after arguing and kind of getting into it, it's like your bodies speak to each other in a different way. Your bodies say that they love each other, even sexually, but the lack of emotion and communication coming from both ways. And that may be because you started this relationship in that kind of way, but it could actually be something. And for the singles, don't be scared, don't be not willing to look, not look, but just pray about the person. Pray about the person that you're trying to manifest. We're going to go ahead and get the overall message, because I think everything is really clear here. It's like super duper clear. I don't have to do a whole lot with this reading and trying to break things down. You're definitely coming up out of this energy of the heartbreak. We've got two nines on the board, so that's pretty interesting, I can say. Yeah. So let's go ahead and get the overall. And maybe that was the energy that was lying straight on my, maybe that was the pain or the energy that I was feeling on my shoulders, is that, you know, maybe there is something that you need to be healing from, Taurus. So we'll go ahead and read this in this way. This says bridge. It says stay strong, remain connected to what's important to you. So again, this is going back to spirituality, the root, you know, and making a bridge between you and that person, because that's what's going to connect the two of you. That's beautiful. Child, give yourself permission to play. So Taurus, it's okay to have fun and be funny. Even if you're corny, it's still fun and funny. Like, do yourself that favor. It's okay. And then alien, it says accept you are an unpredictable, spectacular phenomenon. So yeah, like, you know, this is kind of about accepting yourself, that you're different. And I think I've met a lot of Tauruses, and they're almost too down to earth. They're almost so down to earth, it seems that they're foreign. So, you know, because they're just such a rooted kind of folks. But I think that what's important here is to just really focus on putting what you want into prayer. And if you guys are meant for each other, then it will be a situation where the two of you can, you know, cross that bridge together, you know, or at least meet in the middle of that bridge. You know, this person come halfway, this person come halfway, and you guys can go back and forth across the bridge together. But anyway, it also says dance. It says move to the rhythm of your soul. So yeah, listen to what God is putting into your soul and what he's saying. And I think that, Taurus, that concludes your reading. You have a wonderful, wonderful day or evening, and I love you all. Namaste, and bye-bye.